are 3 things that I would never do as a dietitian. So number 1 is tell you exactly what to eat. Contrary to popular belief, there isn't one perfect dietary pattern that works for everyone when it comes to optimizing their health. For that reason, it's a little bit unfair for me to decide that, what I think is the best dietary pattern is the best for each of my clients. What I hope to do instead is to work within the preferences, routines, cultural practices of each and every client to find a dietary routine or pattern that works for them. The second thing that I would never do is fearmonger about certain foods or ingredients. So instead of making somebody scared about a certain ingredient, what we can talk about is, are there ways of decreasing the reliance on foods that are high in saturated fat? What can we work on that is practical and reasonable? And I think it's important to never ever make somebody feel ashamed because they are having certain foods that contain those ingredients in their diet. And the last thing that I would never do is make somebody feel poorly or badly about not being able to make a change in their habits or behaviors around food. Changing behavior is really, really hard. And sometimes there are barriers that are outside of our control when it comes to implementing change. So instead of making somebody feel ashamed for not being able to engage in a behavior, let's look at it from a place of learning. What made it difficult to engage in that behavior? Is it still something we want to work on? What are maybe some barriers that we want to consider and navigate around those in order to make that behavior more feasible?